Because every day above ground is a good day. Some are just more questionable than others. Questionable Call Friday edition. Let's roll with 8 on the board. And before we get into the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals, remember what we said about people falling down? Remember the rules of when you can laugh and not? Try not to, but please do take a look at this. Oh, my goodness. She's down. But wait, there's help on the no. And she's down too. What happened? One more time. She trips. She goes down. Well, she's gone. And then meanwhile, bam. What happened to the third lady is what I want to know. Question is on the board. Question, is it acceptable to laugh? Yes or no? Remember what we said, the 3 rules of laughing when people fall down. Are they old? If so, not funny. They're kind of older. Are they bigger people? If so, not funny. They are bigger people. Third of all, are they hurt? Because if they're hurt, it's never funny to laugh when someone falls down. I can't tell if the first lady's even alive. The second lady, who knows? She's kind of dangling. If the video continues, does the third lady go down? Like, what happens to her? The answer is, it is not acceptable to laugh. If you are, you're a terrible person, like me. Number 7, let's roll. As we continue the countdown to the Friday edition, it comes to us from a golf pro-am on the Golf Channel with a reporter that thought she was talking to former NFL and Texas national champion quarterback Vince Young. Problem was, it's not Vince Young. Take a look.
6 seasons in the NFL, arguably one of the best NCAA quarterbacks of all time in Texas. Picked up golf about 4 years ago. What's the biggest shift you make going from the ultimate team sport to
got bad
the
news.
Individual sport?
He's got bad news.
Now, I apologize. You have the wrong person.
Look at her face.
Which I'm a football coach.
She's not taking the mic back. She's leaving. She's making him do it. The thing is,
golf is I'm not only competing against myself, but I'm competing against everybody else.
Oh my God. She refuses to take the mic back. She's like, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. I'm humiliated. Please, for the love of God, save us. The question is on the board. Question, who should we feel worst for? Him or her? You'd think you'd feel bad for her. She's getting told in her ear by the producer, that's Vince Young, talk to him, blah, blah, blah. She's got it all set up. Problem was, it wasn't Vince Young. And now she's not taking the mic back, which makes him continue feeling an obligation to bail her out. When the mic is in front of your face, you feel like you got to keep going, keep talking. It's not his job. You got to feel worse for him. This poor dude is left hung out to dry. She is not helping. She is not saving him. She's not apologizing. She's like, please, God, find something to talk about because I'm reconsidering my career options. You got to feel worse for him. We continue on to number 6 in the countdown, and it comes to us courtesy of St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbt.com, home of honest, reliable service since 1970, 17 locations, South Florida. Go see my people. We love hockey. We're about to start the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow night, game 1, here in South Florida. But in Russia, hockey's a little different. Take a look when this referee gets pushed down by a player after calling a penalty, and watch what the ref does calmly. Look at this.
This week, this
hooking,
is my ode to Russia.
2-minute minor.
This is in Russia.
All right, here's the player. He didn't like it. Bam! Shoves the ref. Now watch the ref.
I have never seen
calmly,
like this
calmly.
in my life.
Sets it down, whistle down. And then look at the other player. He wants a piece of this.
It's got to be so good.
He wants a piece of this.
But it's been that type of night here, hasn't it? Never seen anything like that.
Me neither. Never seen anything like it. That's a throwback, by the way. Outstanding. Question on the board. Should the ref be punished for retaliating? It's Russia. Hell no. My favorite part is that he comes like, oh, really? He took his helmet off, set it down, put his whistle. But then the player realized, it's on. Player turns his back, starts to try to skate away. Then you got the opposing player. He's like, he throws the gloves down. You think he may go in on the ref. He wants a piece of the dude that just pushed the ref down. Russian hockey might be worth a look. The ref absolutely should not be punished for retaliating. But in America or in Canada, in the NHL, we know that he would be because it's always the response. We roll on to number 5 in the countdown. Presented by Celsius, Essential Energy, Live Fit, Tropical Vibe. Once again, the Sparkling Starfruit Pineapple Edition. Get Celsius anywhere. And again, Live Fit. We got a situation where if this young lady were holding a can of Celsius instead of a cup of draft beer, things would have worked out a whole lot better. I want you to pay close attention when we start this video to right field. I want you to watch the people looking to catch this home run ball and watch what happens to this one woman's beer, Capaya. Take a look. There's the ball. Now watch these people. I'm going to zoom in. Yikes. Did you see that? Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Splash. Look at the poor dude. Look at the poor Cubs fan. Look at him. He's like, are you serious? Are you serious? And she's turned around. She's looking behind. She's like, hold on a second. Where'd that ball go? Beer demolished, gone. Cup destroyed. That dude is soaking wet, and the ball wound up behind him. Let's take a look at a screenshot here. Let's take a look at the principles involved. Number one is the dude next to her. He's also trying to catch the ball with his beer. He's an idiot. Number two, she's in a spot where you think, oh, well, okay, we make sense for her. He's leaning way over with his beer to try and catch it. So she's got the wrong idea as well. Number three, this dude right here, he's literally saying, ah, that dude's terrified. And then you got number four, who is our dude, the Cubs fan, who realizes I got a chance to catch this ball. There's no way she's going to spill her beer on me. Let's go to the next screenshot. This is after the beer explodes. She is looking around like, hey, what just happened? Hey, look at my beer. It's your fault, honey. And then for number two, she is terrified. She does not want to get wet. She's trying to stay out the way. She's leaning as far as she can. Our dude, the Cubs fan, number three, he's like, please. It's like when somebody throws up, why you try to catch the puke? What's he doing with his hands there trying to catch the draft beer? And number four, Mr. He now is all about the drama. He can't mind his own business. Look at it. He's all, ooh. That dude is petty. You know that for sure. All right, back to me. The question is now on the board. Question. Should they just give her the ball? It wound up a couple rows back. Should they just go here? We're sorry about it. Hell to the no. She got that dude soaked. And she got the other woman a little bit wet too. Her beer got destroyed. I get it. You don't know what to do. The beer's in your hand. Here comes the ball. You can't switch hands. But you know what? If you think you're going to catch that, like we've seen it a couple times where it happens, but you got to do it with the hard plastic cup, not these plastic cups. We've seen dudes catch, and probably ladies as well, catch balls in beers with a souvenir cup, not a disposable. She should get nothing and like it. She should get sticky and be wet for the rest. But the dude next to her that tried, even worse on him because he's further out of the play. She should not get the ball. End of story. We continue on to number four as we count down on a Friday. And it comes to us courtesy of the Miami Dolphins, the big star wide receivers of Tua, talking about how he might be Tua skinny these days. Take a look.
What's that stuff with everybody taking? Ozempic? He had to be taking that, bro. Okay. I don't know.
Oh, no, I told him I miss Chubby Tour, man.
Oh.
I miss Chubby Tour, man. Oh. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't like it when I seen it. I told him I'm not with it. I told him straight up, I'm not with it. Eat some more or something, man.
Damn.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When I see Tua at the Pro Bowl, I was kind of scared. Dude was fat as shit. He was fat. He was chubby. I was like, hold on now, bruh. Hold on, bruh. Like,
I'm loving it though. He looking good, feeling good.
Cheetah and Waddle getting a little loose with it, don't you think? All right, the question is on the board. Question. Thin Tua. Good idea, bad idea. This is a dude who's had injury issues. He's had concussion issues. He's had to take jiu-jitsu to learn how to properly fall, to not bang his head against the turf. So with the injury issues, the concussion issues, you think, do you want him to be so thin, or does that make him more athletic and a little bit more mobile, perhaps? I guess we're going to find out very soon whether or not this weight loss was a good idea, because there's a happy medium. You know, it's like Goldilocks. This bed's too big, bed's too small. If he's too skinny, he's now prone to getting injured and or potentially not falling properly, getting concussed. So time will tell, but it might be a good idea for Tua to slim down if he's lean, as long as he's not too skinny. We get to number three, just like that. And it comes to us from a young lady showing up with a pizza and some kind of plate of food and a pair of sneakers. I want you to watch very closely, and I want you to listen. I want you to see what happens when this pizza falls out the box, and then look at her facial expression, and then listen to what she says. Take a look. Ring the doorbell. The pizza fell out. Oh, look at her.
That's really unfortunate.
Really unfortunate.
I'm sad.
I'm sad.
I'll take that.
Oh, and he's like, give me the rest of the food and the shoes. Sorry about your pizza on the ground there. Did you hear her? That's really unfortunate. And then she said, I'm sad. The question is on the board. Question, is this hilarious or is this heartbreaking? C-Cat, not a big fan of the Little Caesars, we know. So we're going to push that aside. This is heartbreaking. How about when somebody eats your leftovers? How about when you had leftovers saved and somebody else ate them? How about when she brought this, she got her hands full, she knocks on the door, and then the pizza slides out the bottom. The question is, are you eating it? Are you picking it up off the ground, dusting it off? Are you eating it? In my case, absolutely I am. This is heartbreaking. If you don't feel compassion and empathy for her when she says, I'm sad, or that's disappointing, then you're a terrible human being. If you're laughing at this, you're awful. This is heartbreaking. Empathy, compassion, try it sometime. And we get all the way to number 2 in the countdown. And it comes to us from the Boston Red Sox and a 60-day DL/IR first baseman, Tristan Cassis, who, by the way, was asked to make a prediction. They had some Red Sox making a prediction about their hometown Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks. Listen closely to exactly what the Boston Red Sox player says about who's going to win, how the finals, and then about the MVP. Listen.
Celtics in the NBA Finals. The city is vibing with it. Who's going to win and how many games?
I don't think Luka and Kyrie are going to get stopped, honestly. I think they're going to sweep the series 4-0. Yeah, I don't think Boston has a chance. Boston's all under contract next year, so I think they want to see Luka and Kyrie take care of it.
Which one of those two is winning the MVP?
Kyrie, for sure. I think he's got a little chip on his shoulder from how he left things in Boston, so I think he's going to come out shooting.
All right, so this dude said everything you can that is inflammatory to Boston sports fans, to the Boston Celtics. Not only did he say they're going to get swept, he talked about their financials, their contracts, and then he named the most hated player on the Mavericks roster to be the NBA Finals MVP. The question is on the board. Question, was he being serious, yes or no? Before I answer, I want you to take a look at this. This is a screenshot from the New England Sports Network, NESN, and it says, Red Sox players vote Tristan Cassis funniest player on the team. All right, back to me. Why is it relevant? Because was he being serious now can be answered. This dude just trolled us all. Deadpan. He is saying exactly what he knows is going to infuriate everyone because he's joking. I'm glad I did a little homework. I'm glad I did a little research on who Tristan Cassis is, because otherwise I'd have thought this dude was just oblivious and it was a Boston brain fart. Turns out he's just pushing buttons. He's just being funny guy. And that gets us all the way to number 1 in the countdown, courtesy of the NBA Finals. Game 1 last night, Kyrie Irving not really showing up. Post-game, Kyrie talking to the media in press conference about the Boston crowd. Listen to exactly what he says.
You know, being in this environment, I'm used to it at this point. Early in my career, there was a different relationship that I had with Boston, just being able to come here, be settled with a veteran group. Now I'm here as the veteran. Over the past few years, just experiencing the playoffs here, even regular season, it's been the same thing. I thought it was going to be a little louder in here, but I'm expecting the same things going into Game 2. Crowd trying to get me out of my element, my teammates out of my element. But again, the energy's got to be focused towards the game.
All right, there's Kyrie Irving saying, I thought, basically the big nugget there is, I thought it was going to be louder, but I'm sure they're going to try and take me out of my game. Question on the board, question. What exactly was he doing here? What is Kyrie? I mean, there's a lot of things that you can deduce from this, but what was his agenda? I'll tell you what he was doing. He was telling the truth. He was being honest. He wasn't trying to incite. He wasn't being petty. He was saying, these people don't like me. I know that. I thought they were going to make that more clear. I thought they were going to be louder against me. Well, he was performing. Maybe they would have been. He had a bad night. Maybe they don't want to get him started. Maybe literally people were saying, don't get him started. Let the sleeping dog lie or the missing shooter miss. Kyrie Irving's had a difficult go. We know that. He's polarized, and we understand that. But unless you lost your mother suddenly to a disease that no one knew she had, like overnight when you're 4 years old, and unless your father was at the World Trade Center for work on 9/11 and narrowly escaped when you're 10 years old, you may not know why he is how he is, but that may explain some of why Kyrie is so contrarian, why he is seemingly so difficult. He's an honest guy. He just says it. And right there, don't take too much from that. Don't read too much into it. That's Kyrie Irving just being honest about the crowd and how they feel about him. There's no ploy there. This isn't a LeBron thing to try and incite or fire up. He was just saying, I thought they'd be louder. And with that, we're done on a Friday. Hit subscribe right now. And remember, kids, while every day above ground is a good day, some are just more questionable than others. Second night to the bad guy. We'll see you Monday.